Thanks for staying tuned. Now it's time to bring you cricket, the very best of cricket across West Africa. And Lagos is the destination. Yes, Nigeria are the host nation for the West African Trophy Tour right there, where you have the very best of cricket going on at the Tafawa Balewa Oval in Lagos. And we know quite well that the host nation, Nigeria, recorded its second successive victory, this time around getting a dominant win over their Sierra Leonean counterparts, winning by 63 runs right there. The first game for the Nigerian side, known as the Yellow Greens, ended in a 54 runs victory over Rwanda. And as we speak, they are definitely taking on their Ghanaian counterparts for their third game. Joining us to discuss this, as well as the ongoing match, is the #1 cricket pundit in Nigeria and Africa. I can confidently say that without flattering. Seun Ajidagba is here with me this morning. Seun, good morning. It's good to have you on the show.
I'm super excited to be with you this morning, Mr. Samson Oloyede, and I'm talking to you from the Tafawa Balewa Cricket Club, venue for the West Africa Trophy that Nigeria is hosting.
Okay, I know you're quite busy, so we'll just take them as quickly as they come. What do you make of the Nigerian side's performance yesterday against the Sierra Leoneans? Second successive victory, another dominant performance.
Oh, fantastic. They've been having what we call a geometric progression. And why do I say this? Because they need the team to have quality-friendly matches as they prepare for the final qualifier of the T20 World Cup that West Indies and United States of America will be hosting in 2024. 7 countries will be in Namibia window from the 20th of November to the 1st of December. We have host Namibia, Uganda, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Tanzania, and Rwanda. And so the president of the Cricket Federation felt that this team must have quality-friendly matches based on how they performed from last year, where the last time they played any cricket competition was in Rwanda, Kigali, December 9 to be precise. And they've been having an impressive performance. Their first game against Rwanda, which was the first time they were facing Rwanda at any senior male level. They faced them at the female level, they faced them at the under-19 level, but never have they played them at the senior level. They won that game by 53 runs, like you rightly said, with one of our bowlers, Seun, imagine the player of the match. And just yesterday, they took it one notch higher against one of our stubborn opponents in Sierra Leone. They won that one by 64 runs. And one of our players became the first player in this tournament to score 79 runs not out. He played from ball 1 to the last ball. He's the wicket keeper and the opening batter to Leone Seun. And as we speak now, the Jollof Derby is going on between Nigeria and Ghana. Battle of two teams that are yet to take the seat. Nigeria lost the toss. The Ghanaian captain won the toss and said Nigeria should bat. His name is Samson Awia. The same thing happened when Nigeria played them on December 9, 2022 at the Ghana Cricket Stadium. Nigeria lost the toss and batted first, but eventually won that game by 6 wickets. So the game is currently going on now. We are in the fourth over, going into the fifth over, and Nigeria are on the 35 runs for just 1 wicket.
Okay, let's look at the match itself, because the Ghanaians played yesterday and also recorded, a super over victory right there. How do you see this panning out? I know quite well you've made reference to the last matchup between both sides where the Ghanaians triumphed. This time around, it looks like a different ball game. How, from what you've seen thus far, in terms of the action right there, how do you see this panning out?
It's going to be very, very difficult because if I must share with you something, this Ghanaian-Nigeria rivalry is a big and an age-long rivalry. At any level, it's very, very intense. I tell you what, so 5 years ago, when Nigeria hosted the ICC competition and the African Cricket Association competition, Ghana defeated Nigeria 4 times that they met Nigeria. So each time they play Nigeria, it's usually very feisty, but I know this one will be very, very tight up. More importantly, that this competition is for 10 days, and all the teams are going to play 20 matches in total. So you still get to see yourself over and over again. At least each team will face themselves about 3 times. Because, we have 4 countries in attendance: Nigeria, Rwanda, Ghana, and Sierra Leone. So it's still an ongoing thing, and it's going to be very, very intense.
Okay, let's look at other, teams now. We've seen the Rwandans in action against Nigeria. We've also seen the Sierra Leoneans, now the Ghanaians. What do you make of the quality of cricket on display for the West African Trophy Tour, and how this impacts, the regional cricket development?
Oh, fantastic. Thank you for that question. Nigeria has both of quality players from Ademola Olukoyi to Sulaiman Olushewe to Daniel Ajekun to Shefande Deji, Aidikope, Captain Sylvester Ofe, Joseph Hussein. You can continue to mention him. When you get to the Rwandans also, they've got quality players. Players like their captain, Ididie Indikubumana, Irakoze, Eric Duzigimana, Twinde, or Chide Chinsenge, and all these players, even for the Sierra Leoneans, they've got quality players like Alison Toure, George Chese Ndeba, Lassam Lami, John Bangura. And when you look at the Ghanaians also, they have quality in their side. From their captain, Samson Kwasi Awea, to Kofi Bagabina, to Prosper Bakuweyem, to Obed Habe, to even James Zifa. They have quality all around. So this will rub up on the growth and development of cricket in Africa. And if I take cognizance of what William Glenn Wright said on August 31st, when they brought the trophy thought that the World Cup is happening in India to Nigeria, he said Nigeria is the fastest growing cricket playing country in Africa and by extension the world, based on our development. So all of this is for Africa to have a better showing, because the World Cup that just started yesterday in India, only one African country, and that's South Africa. So all our hopes in Africa is rested upon South Africa.
Okay, since you touched on that, we'll just wrap up with that, the Cricket World Cup. South Africa, Africa's lone representative at the World Cup itself, and we know that the sport needs to develop further. So the question is, what reforms, what policies do you expect to be implemented so that cricket can be developed, not just in the region, talking about West Africa, but across Africa?
The ICC Africa Development Manager, her name is Patricia Kambarami. She said for Africa to be at that level of countries like India, countries like Australia, countries like West Indies, England, New Zealand, we need to have facilities, and that means quality top wickets all around. Then you now talk about the all-round development of the player. When you now have quality facilities in place, the players can then now continue to develop. And what the president of the Cricket Federation of Nigeria is saying, Mr. Uyi Apata, is that he wants to have over 250,000 children playing cricket every year. But more importantly, in the 6 geopolitical zones in Nigeria, they must have quality top wickets. In the southwest, southeast, north central, northeast, everywhere, there must be, quality top wickets. And that's what he's doing in ensuring that states build top wickets. In Lagos now, we have about 2. Tafawa Balewa Cricket Over, Unina Cricket Over. In Abuja, there is 2. There's one going on in Kaduna. There's one going on in Oyo State. So everywhere you look to, in those states there are 2, is to have quality top wickets.
Okay.
Where proper cricket can be played.
Okay. Definitely, if there are facilities in place, the sports would grow. That's your take. We have to appreciate you for your time on the show, and we wish you and Nigeria the very best right there at the Tafawa Balewa Oval. Well, the Yellow Greens of Nigeria are taking on their Ghanaian counterparts. Thank you so much for your time on the show this morning.
Oh, Samson, the bigger thanks goes to you, and I still call you El Príncipe.
Now, that's a nickname not everyone knows, but thank you so much.